this is a really hard video for me to make. I struggled with this for a long time, thinking about how to do this, but it's so important to me that I discuss this. So for those of you that don't know, I suffer from mental health issues and I have a daily struggle. Every single day I suffer from some sort of mental health issue. My members are fully aware of this. I've been very open with them, and it seems like as a group we have quite a lot of people that also suffer from depression, anxiety, stress and poor mental health, and it's so important to be able to talk about these things. I have a real internal struggle going on all the time, especially when I make videos or I leave comments or anything like that, because I'm putting myself out there into the public. And it's a scary place to be because you're opening yourself up to criticism, to trolls, to people who have got nothing better with their day other than to try and make you feel bad. And believe me, I get my fair share. And a couple of years ago, I was thinking of quitting YouTube because of it and quitting social media, but I'm so pleased I haven't. The amount of support and kindness and encouragement I got when I said that I was thinking of quitting really kept me going. So thank you to everybody who doesn't know me. They only know me via my videos, but yet the outpouring of support was amazing. So knowing that there's a lot of support out there enables me to push myself, get myself out of bed and get on with stuff that actually in the end makes me feel a lot better. I'm not saying while I'm recording I'm not still fighting depression or anxiety or stress, because I am, and I do get stressed as well, but I now have a lot more coping mechanisms to deal with that, and I think that's really important. And that is one of the things that I want to share with you today, is how I cope with that sort of stuff, how I deal with it, and also how I keep pushing myself forward. One of the things you really need to remember is it's so hard to do this alone. I would say you can't do this on your own. And I've also learnt that it's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. I've asked for help for so many things. So what I've found is having a support network around me is so important. When I'm feeling down, I tell my partner that I'm feeling down, so they're aware of what I'm going through. So if I'm a little bit moody or a little bit short in my temper, or just quiet, they're fully aware of it and they understand, and they just leave me or support me or give me what I need when I need it. Without a doubt, I would feel so much worse without my members there. They are a brilliant community, or without the people that support me or give me great comments as well. I try now to ignore all the trolls and things like that. I have quite heavy filters on my YouTube videos. I don't even go into them anymore. I don't look at them. I just ignore them, because if somebody doesn't like me or doesn't like my videos or doesn't like the way I do things, that's up to them. They're entitled to their feelings and how they want to express themselves, but I'm entitled to not have to subject myself to those. And that's what I do now. I just ignore them and I move them out of my life, and that way I can feel much better about myself. Crafting to me is my absolute saviour. And if I'm feeling really down and I don't want to record it, I make cards, or usually I make paper flowers. I find making paper flowers for me is very relaxing. It clears my mind, it makes me feel better, and also allows me to concentrate on something other than the situation that I'm possibly fixating on, and which is causing me a great deal of stress and anxiety, and then can spiral me into depression. So having something to release and to concentrate on other than your worries, to me, is really useful. So thank goodness for crafters. And I'm sure that so many of us crafters suffer from things like issues around whether we're good enough, whether the stuff that we've made is suitable, why are we not progressing quickly enough. And I don't let that worry me when I'm crafting for just me. All I do is I just craft. If it turns out rubbish, it turns out rubbish. I just enjoy the process of actually making something. I've got to emphasise that seeking help is a strength, and it should be seen as a strength. I remember a saying, and I might be getting this wrong, I'm not sure. A wise person will learn from everything, the world around them, every experience, all the people around them, both good and bad. A clever person will learn from doing and learning in their own way, and an idiot will believe that they've got all the answers. And I definitely don't have all the answers. So it's so useful to ask for help and express how I'm feeling on a daily basis. And there are a lot of difficult times. The last few months have been quite difficult for me and my channel. I'm not sure why. The comments I'm getting are great. The likes I'm getting are great. But the views haven't been so great. So I've been fixating and stressing over that. And I've decided actually, do you know what? that takes the fun out of it, because I love making my videos. I love making my crafting. I'm no longer going to worry about that. This is my full-time job now, and I can't dictate to it everything that I want. I can't say this month I'm going to get this many views. I try and improve every time. I try and engage with things and learn all the time and make things better. But I have really good times, and then you're on top of the world and your views are going through the roof and your videos are going viral and you're having a great time. And then I have the downs and the doldrums when that isn't happening. My life certainly is all about ups and downs. So it's navigating those downs as well as managing those ups that is important to me. By doing this video, it's going to break down the stigmas that are associated with mental health. A lot of people leave in my comments, the stuff you make is great, you are so confident, I wish I had the confidence that you had to just try these things. And they're seeing me through a lens that actually isn't a real lens, because I'm not that confident. I do suffer from imposter syndrome. I do think sometimes the stuff that I make could be better. And what I make because I love making it and I love sharing it. And if it inspires people, brilliant. So don't feel bad that you're not as good as somebody else, because I bet you are as good, and I bet you're better a lot of places and a lot of areas as well. I'm pondering over this video a lot, and I think it's because I'm not sure what type of mood I'm in at the moment. I feel I've been in a down mood for a while, and I'm hoping that hasn't come through in my videos, because I don't want that to come through in my videos. But to be able to help remove the stigma that's associated with mental health, then I think it's important for me to make this video. I've been on medication for mental health since I was 13. I've tried to come off it a few times and it's never been successful. I ended up in hospital last time I tried to come off it because I had such bad withdrawal symptoms. So I've come to the conclusion that this is something that I'm going to have to take for the rest of my life. It's no different to a medication that people take if they've got diabetes or heart problems or anything like that. It's just something that I need to keep taking on a daily basis. And I'm not going to feel bad about that anymore. I'm not going to feel that there's a stigma associated with that anymore. And that's why I wanted to be as open as I possibly could with this video. Because if I don't, then how are other people ever going to be able to push through this or think, oh, it's just me? Or how are they ever going to be able to pull themselves out of it and get on with things that they enjoy? You know, if I can encourage people, I don't want people just to see me as this perfect YouTuber, because I'm far from that. I'm not a perfect YouTuber. I don't think anybody sees me as that. But I want people to know out there that actually life isn't all roses for me either, and things are a struggle, but I keep going and I do allow joy into my life through my crafting. I like to celebrate the small victories that I get. That's what made me film this video today, because I really struggled to get out of bed this morning and I was trying to think of every reason not to get out of bed. And then I started to think about how important my videos are to me. Then I started to think about how important my members and my community are to me. And I thought, actually, do you know what? This is a victory. If I get out of bed today, it's a victory to me, and I'm going to celebrate that victory. I want to celebrate that victory with you. So I got out of bed today. I got on with stuff. I sorted quite a lot of stuff out, and I've had a very productive day. Being able to share those victories is really useful for me. Progress is possible. What I am confident in is that I can get through this, and I will always get through this. Whether I have to ask for help, whether I have to talk to people, whether I have to just spend a few hours listening to some really fun music while I'm crafting just for me, I know that I can get through this. I had to make a really big sacrifice about 3 years ago. I was an associate professor at a university in Cambridge. I had been there for 20 years. I completed my PhD, so I'm a doctor in small business management, and I was really progressing along the career path of an academic, and I loved it. I loved engaging with students. I loved empowering students. But I had a really, really severe bout of depression, which took me out of the workplace for about 8 months. I went back to work, and within a few weeks I was actually off again because of depression, and I'd never really taken any time off, and I was getting more and more down, more and more stressed about not working. It was at that time when I thought to myself, do you know what, as much as I love my job, I need to make changes in my life. I need to have a healthier diet, I need to lose some weight, and I lost 7 stone in weight. I need to change my job because it is very stressful. I was quite high up and I was responsible for a lot of things, and that was when I decided I'm actually going to take early retirement. I'm going to then refocus my life on the things that I know don't cause me too much stress and know that I absolutely love doing, and that is crafting. And I don't regret that. There isn't a day that goes by where I regret that. There's a lot more worries now because I don't have a consistent wage coming in, but my outgoings are higher than they ever were, and I have to buy a lot of crafting stuff, but I'm happy. And it was making those lifestyle choices that really put me in a much more positive frame of mind and allowed me to have something to look forward to and push and develop. So I would say if you're thinking about changing your life, then write down the pros and cons and think to yourself, why am I doing this? Am I happy? Can I be happier by doing something else? What I would also say is you need to be compassionate with yourself. It's no good giving yourself a hard time over these things. I give myself a really hard time. I still do it. And I try, when I notice that I'm doing it, when I notice that I'm giving myself a seriously hard time over something, whether it's something I'm making or creating or somebody I'm dealing with, I then try and step back and evaluate it and assess it and reflect on that and think about what I could do differently to make me less stressed, anxious and depressed about that situation. If you can give yourself some compassion and know that mental health issues is a struggle, and it is something that is a journey and you need to work through, then actually you're really helping yourself to understand it and really put it into some sort of perspective. And that helps. There's no benefit to me in just sitting there and worrying about something. So I try and do something about it. So I have coping mechanisms. It also helps me with the chaos sometimes because there's a lot of chaos going on in my head. I'm not sure, I've never been diagnosed, but I think I have ADD. I find it very hard to sit there and not do anything. I have to be busy all the time. And crafting really has allowed me to do that. And I'm sharing my story with you, which is a difficult one. And it's not really a full story, it's just how I feel. Because I think it's important to address these issues. I think it's really important as well to be able to show, like I said earlier, that you're not alone. People are out there. Just because you see something on screen that looks as if they've got everything going for them, it doesn't mean they have. And seeking help is a courageous step towards getting yourself to feel better and be more positive and have those coping mechanisms that you need so much to be able to get you through the day sometime. If my journey can inspire anyone, if my journey and my issues can help people think, oh, do you know what? I'm not alone. Oh, I do feel like that sometimes. Oh, I will try that. Then I feel I've actually done something that is very, very positive. Probably more positive than all the videos that I've ever made. Because this is not easy. Life's not easy sometimes. And we are hit with things from every angle sometimes that we're not expecting. Well, I hope that's been interesting. I hope I haven't been rambling on too much. And I hope that you can empathise with me. Please, if you've got negative comments, don't leave them in the comments. They automatically get flipped into an area that I don't even read. So don't even bother to leave negative comments. But if you want to leave a comment and say, you know, this is how you feel, or you understand, or you empathise, then please feel free to do that, because there may be somebody else that reads that comment that thinks, oh yeah, you know, there's a lot of people like this. I know from just my members group and from Facebook how many other crafters actually suffer from all these things and how much help they've had in being able to express that in a safe place and safe environment. So if this video has helped you, then I can't tell you how pleased I am about that. Always, always enjoy your resin and always, always enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye.